Welcome, and thank you for logging into this resource, which is dedicated to providing you with additional information about Brantford, along with some effective strategies around how to invest in Brantford.
When it comes to employment, the largest employers in Brantford are Ferrero Canada Limited, Mitsui High-Tech Canada Inc., and Worth Industry of Canada. These are well-paying and secure jobs.
Located just west of the most densely populated corridor for economic activity in the country, Brantford is only 30 kilometers west of the city of Hamilton. And as the Golden Horseshoe continues to experience what's known as the Manhattan effect, with Lake Ontario to the south and the world's largest green belt to the north, the lack of land to develop within the Golden Horseshoe will continue to force migration to secondary and tertiary markets like Brantford. When it comes to municipally owned land, the city of Brantford has just one remaining property for sale. However, there are various private land holdings that offer existing and prospective firms several development options. The city of Brantford and its neighboring County of Brant have just reached an agreement for boundary expansion, and within that agreement, a total gross area of 2,720 hectares has been transferred to the city of Brantford, along with a total residential land gross area of just under 2,000 hectares and a total employment land gross area of about 740 hectares. As a designated urban growth center in the province's growth plan, Brantford has specific employment and population targets to achieve. And as a result of these economic forces, it's forecasted that a total of 79,000 new jobs will come into Brantford by the year 2041. Now that the city of Brantford is currently home to 102,000 people and is expected to grow by almost 60% to 163,000 people by the year 2041.
Brantford is also set to benefit from the new GO bus linking to the GO train services. The impact of this development cannot be overstated. In addition to improving transportation for residents leaving the city every day, the service will also provide vital access to attract interest, innovation, and investment in Brantford.
The recent effects of COVID on housing has really fueled what is referred to as the ripple effect. Brantford has for a long time been known as a tertiary commuter community for commuters into Toronto, but as a result of more virtual workplaces, many homeowners and tenants are leaving the city and residing in larger properties and larger homes. Price and rent affordability is also a catalyst for tenants and purchasers to drive until they qualify. Now, for those of you that are savvy investors and are looking for some of the fundamental metrics, get your pens ready. The current average home price in Brantford is $698,918, which is up an amazing 29.9% versus last year. When it comes to vacancy rates and average rental rates, a standard one-bedroom vacancy rate is around 1.8% and rents for $1,050 a month. A two-bedroom vacancy rate is hovering around 2.1% and rents for $1,100 a month. And a three-bedroom vacancy rate is hovering around 3.6% and rents for $1,178 a month. So one of the most commonly asked questions that I receive almost daily is, how's the market? And whether you realize it or not, when you are asking this question to a realtor, what you are essentially asking is, are we in a buyer's market, a seller's market, or a balanced market? The market intelligence tool to find the strength of the market, or what is known as absorption rate of the market, is what we refer to as months of inventory. A seller's market is defined as 0 to 4 months of inventory. A balanced market is defined as 4 to 6 months of inventory, and a buyer's market is greater than 6 months of inventory. Now in Brantford, we're currently sitting at 1.1 months of inventory, which is an extremely strong seller's market. Essentially, every home on the market this month has sold.
As an investor, all of these metrics are really important to help identify effective short-term or long-term, as well as negotiation strategies and tactics.
Some of the most effective investment strategies that we see in Brantford include the long-term buy and hold, as well as strong positive cash flow because of these realized and ongoing forecasted price appreciations.
Now I'd like to introduce you to one of our sales partners, Shauna Conley. She's one of our investment specialists and she's very active in the field. She really knows her stuff.
Shauna is going to share with you a recent success story as to how one of our clients effectively used the strategies to grow their portfolio and build generational wealth.
Hey everybody, it's Shauna here from the Huddle Group. I'm going to walk you guys through a recent client success story that investor clients of ours have just purchased. I'm going to talk about a bit of our strategy and what we were looking for and how we got there, all while navigating the hot Brantford market. So these investor clients in particular, we knew we wanted to target Brantford simply because it was close geographically to where they lived, but also the price points. So it was a smaller barrier to entry for them. We knew that when we saw 8 Park Avenue, it was going to be the perfect fit. So this property in particular has 2 spacious 2-bedroom units. And the best thing about this property is it actually has a very large yard. So the landlords are able to divide up that yard so each unit has its own private outdoor space, and this really helps with the rentability of the space. So after competing in multiple offers, we were able to secure this property for $500,000. Even paying a little bit over asking price, the financial outlook looks really, really promising. So I'm going to walk you through what that looks like. So as I mentioned, the unit mix in this property is 2 2-bedroom units. The property itself was actually going to be vacant on closing, which was great because this allows the landlord to make sure the rents are the most up-to-date market rents you could possibly get. Plus, it allows them to screen their own tenants and make sure that you get somebody really qualified in your home. So they were able to secure rents of $33.50 a month combined, which is way more than we originally forecasted when running our numbers. We always take off our 3% vacancy rate, which leaves us with a gross operating income of $32.50 a month. We now want to take a look at our expenses. So the rents on this property are all-inclusive, meaning that the landlord pays hydro, gas, and water. So after we factor in property taxes and insurance, a 3% repairs and maintenance budget, this case property management expense is zero simply because the landlords are managing it themselves. This leaves our monthly operating expenses at $826 a month. Now we still have to pay our mortgage after that. So we calculate our mortgage payment by using a traditional 20% down payment at a 2.5% interest rate amortized over 30 years. This gives us a monthly mortgage payment of just over $1,500 a month. So what does this mean for cash flow? So we have our income, we minus our expenses minus our mortgage payment. This leaves us with positive monthly cash flow of $846 a month. Now, if we want to calculate our ROI or return on investment, we first need to look at how much cash we actually invested in the property, okay? Otherwise known as our acquisition costs. So this comprises of our down payment, home inspection, which in this case was zero. We decided to waive that condition simply because we were in competition. An appraisal fee, land transfer tax, legal fees. This brings us to about $108,000 for our total cash invested. Now, if we want to put this into the 4 ways to win format, using that cash invested, our cash flow component of the 4 ways comprises 9.3% of our total ROI. Our principal recapture represents 8.36%, which as a reminder is how much of your mortgage principal gets paid down every month by the income. We look at our passive appreciation, which is calculated with a very conservative 5% market appreciation. So this component alone represents almost 23% of the total ROI. Here you'll notice that forced appreciation is zero. The property was already turnkeyed. There was no renovations or anything to be done on the property. So this leaves us a total year 1 ROI of just over 40%, which is absolutely phenomenal for a turnkey duplex. So if these financials look attractive to you and you're eager to learn more and how you can secure property of this nature, please, if you haven't done so already, don't forget to register. By doing this, you're going to get access to our weekly no obligation deal of the week subscription, our free investors report, which will go into all of the neighborhoods, what strategies will set you up for success in each, And it also sends you a link to our personal calendars so you can set up a one-on-one discovery call with us. Looking forward to chatting with you.